it's completely obliterated. All the underbrush that I was saying the other day was so important is also laid to waste. So that big cushion that hedge should provide, that big cushion of dead weeds that grows year on year and should provide something of a blanket for all wintering things, is not there anymore. So it's had its under blanket taken away. All the canopy is slashed off. There's some here that's got some green left on it. It shows you what would be on the hedge if it had been left alone. There would be all that greenery which is absorbing carbon dioxide. And as everybody's going on about carbon sink at the moment and how important it is to reduce our carbon emissions, there are hundreds of, maybe even thousands of machines up and down the country doing this to every single hedgerow on their land. So if you can imagine the amount of diesel that's being used to do this, the amount of carbon that's being prevented from being absorbed by these plants, then you've got some idea of the situation as it stands. This is a good indication of the original age and height of this hedge. This hedge would have been really quite high in its heyday and quite thick, and would have provided a lot of undercover, as I say, shelter for small things. Because I can stick this into the hedge and show you these areas that would have been able to provide cover, of course they can't, because they're exposed to the weather now. So there'd be no hedgehogs resting in there as they would have been if this hedge had been left to be a hedge as nature intended. So there you have it. All that would still be on a healthy hedge now, soaking up carbon and giving shelter, is gone. Now the light's not great today. I've had to come late in the day to this footpath, and as you can see, it's been well and truly thugged, and that's right the way down the length of it here. This is quite an old hedge. I'll go in and get some close-ups of the underneath of it. So as you can see, it's got quite thick undercover. As far as the trunks are concerned of the plant. So although it's not as ancient as the one I showed you in the last video, it's still quite old. But it provides absolutely nothing now in the way of cover.